This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Primiano.
And I'm Dan D'Aprile, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
Hello.
Hey.
You look like you were gearing up, and then you just deferred to me. I was caught off.
Oh, because I was shifting in my seat. You thought I was like preparing for like a big announcement.
That's my panicked introduction. Hello. Shit, we're live, aren't we?
Yeah, we've been talking for 20 minutes at this
I know.
point.
We all got here early. We've run out of things to talk about.
Hello, yeah,
the
we're
cameras
exhausted.
weren't rolling.
You
Good
guys
night,
don't
everybody.
plan your hellos, huh?
Yeah, yes,
Next week
exactly.
it's your turn.
Yeah. Hello. All right. Introduce our guest.
Hey, we have a guest. Oh man, one of my favorite joke writers, a legend in the Philly comedy scene, if you will.
I will.
You will.
I
will
absolutely
too.
will.
That's two
I won't.
wills.
Yeah.
You're already
Yeah,
outvoted,
yeah.
regardless. Andy Nolan.
Thanks, guys. Great to be here.
It's really good to have you.
Sure.
Yeah, I will second that endorsement. Andy, you are one of my favorite comedians in Philadelphia. You never fail to make me laugh at an open mic, which is truly a hopeless place, and you always bring laughter. So
Thanks. Usually I get you're a good joke writer, which often means okay, you're not a great comedian, but you're a good joke writer.
that is
And I
Well,
would
I
agree with
consider
that, actually.
Joke writing my specialty. So that's my favorite thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't care if
same.
you were explosive, like cool. But like I see through your shit. You don't really have that much. You're fucking in people's
Yeah.
faces.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
could chill back, fucking you could sit down if you wanted to.
Both of you guys write great jokes. You're prolific. You're funny.
you.
And then you see guys that go up there and they talk like they're funny, but they're not saying anything funny,
Yeah.
And
it's just all charisma.
yeah.
Sometimes they're
Right.
getting big laughs too,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you're like, oh, there's really nothing behind that
Yeah.
other than your personality, which I guess is good in this business.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's when you see somebody that's like a great writer, that's like we immediately respect that more. I think all comedians kind of do.
Yeah.
Although I have seen you do a pirouetting Olympics act out that would fly in the face of just a writer claim.
Given the timing of the Olympics, I have the bit reconstructed and with all new jokes, but the same movements. Actually, I added some additional movements.
That's great. It's always good.
It's hard not to
Gotta
with the
keep
Australian.
active.
Yeah, with Ray Gun, I had to add some additional.
It's always good to
moves.
write a joke that you can only use once every 2 years, though. You know, it's
Well, pirouette.
It's
I guess you could pirouette. Yeah, you can pirouette in the wintertime too. It's more,
Yeah,
Sure.
it's more
Yeah.
glidey. But
I mix the Olympics up sometimes with the jokes that are in there. And Christ, I do Thanksgiving hand turkeys
That's
all year
right.
round. So there's no real
that is an amazing
seasonality.
bit.
yeah, that's prop comedy. You're doing it all. You got the
Yeah.
act. Yeah, you got the explosiveness, the writing, the props,
Right.
the full package.
That's
And
right.
he's here with
Yeah.
us tonight.
How about that?
What the fuck?
A true get
Yeah.
for the Weekday Comics, I feel. Speaking of gets, the Democrats got a lot of I'm nailing these segues lately.
Yeah.
Speaking of gets, the Democrats have gotten a lot of star power at their convention that was unfolding last week. In fact, our ratings got beaten soundly
Yes.
on
Right.
Tuesday night by the former President Barack Obama.
By a decimal point or two.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
that's
Right.
a rounding
Yeah.
error, you know, but yeah, he did beat us in the ratings. That's fine. But he did something that you enjoyed.
I didn't say I enjoyed it. I was pissed about that. You fucking normally the political activist and the fans of dick jokes should be separate groups.
Okay.
One should be focused on us, one should be focused on that. And then Barack Obama fucking nailed a dick joke.
He did. It was a great.
I don't know.
He was talking about he's like he's this, he's that, and he like lies about everything, and he's got this crazy obsession with crowd sizes. And then he did like
Yeah.
he did it, and then he
missed
like
that.
gave it a quick glance. It was
A very quick,
Okay.
understated, but
Yeah.
noticeable look
Like,
down when he
yeah.
got to a tiny dick
All right.
version of his hands. Yeah. It was great. I thought it was great. I see what you're saying. I actually a little surprised because my normal reaction when non-comedians try comedy is the same as yours, but I found it charming. I don't know why. I just think Obama making a dick joke, that's like a new phase of Obama that I've always wanted
Yeah.
to see.
And I hate dick jokes at like an open mic or something.
Yeah.
Or even on a real comedy show. But when former presidents doing it at the DNC mentioned that.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And the one that Trump probably wouldn't be like, he seems competitive. Like if any other president made that dick joke, he'd be like, all right, comparison time.
Right.
But he's backing away from that debate too.
Yeah, exactly. Obama was the perfect messenger for that
right,
joke in many ways. It has to fuck with him. Like, I think a lot of people, they would just laugh it off. I think that if I was in Trump's shoes, I would think it was funny. Like, who can say that, one of the most eloquent presidents in American history made fun of your dick? But I don't think Trump will see it that way. I think he will feel bullied by it, as he should, because I think that was the intent. I believe that was the intent of it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's
And you're right. He's probably fuming about it. I'm
Yeah.
sure he is.
Yeah. But it was what would piss him or / me if I were him off the most is how much it was the joke was nailed. Like, it wasn't belabored. Like, even the Tim Walsh couch joke that he told.
Yeah.
Right.
Even that, he had to be like, just see what I did there afterwards and kind of step on his laughs a little bit. Obama didn't need any of that. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. You should watch it. It's from a comedian standpoint, it's just like,
All right.
nailed it. Perfect timing on that.
Although if I were like in a roast battle, I would hope the other comic just makes 5 small dick jokes about me, just because they don't know. Like, there's so much on the surface for me that I'm insecure about.
Right.
So make assumption jokes about me the whole time. I'll fucking coast through that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
When I go home, I'm going to Google Obama dick and just see what I get. Can't wait to see it.
Your
We've looked
whole
at the
night's ahead of you after that. Yeah.
We've looked at the outline on the show.
Wait, did we?
we-
We looked at Obama's outline?
I think we watched him windsurfing.
Okay. All right. We've looked at a lot of dicks on this show, so it's hard.
Just saying, yeah.
The DNC that they were trying to bully Trump. They were trying to come with the jokes. Even Elizabeth Warren, she had some couch joke. She was like, I wouldn't trust Donald Trump and JD Vance to come over to my house and move my couch.
She did say that.
And it's like, if Elizabeth Warren, the like sweet little grandma that doesn't know if she's Indian or not, is making fun of you, you're fucked. Like, you're a laughing stock.
She shouldn't let any white people in her house.
Well, it would have been funner if she actually said, I wouldn't let them come over to fuck my couch. Just like that. Elizabeth Warren just said,
That would be
"Fuck my
amazing.
couch."
Are there
Yeah.
delays on these DNCs?
I don't think so.
I love a nice 8-second delay. See?
You could drop at least a one fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I thought, the only thing I saw was the Obama joke. I think, didn't Clinton make some joke that like
She made some reference to.
Yeah, and I think
I meant Bill, the actual
Michelle
I
Obama
didn't-
made a black
His I
job
didn't see.
joke, which is like those jokes have been writing themselves
Hmm.
since he said it. Yeah, it was that's like a very standard convention-y though, except for I think the dick joke. That was kind of new. The implication of the couch jokes, I think they don't normally talk about presidents and vice presidents being perverts this openly, but
Taft was known for his dick jokes, but they just didn't, they weren't,
I've never
they
seen
weren't
it.
live on TV.
yeah. I was thinking
My
about this.
opponent hasn't seen his penis
Okay, so I'll put
in a
this question.
fortnight. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't actually know how dirty those got. They could have just been talking open shit about each
Yeah,
other's
right.
dicks.
They all had syphilis.
Yeah. All right, I'll put this question to you guys because I had this thought earlier in the week. If Harris were to win, by default, she would be the most fuckable president, right? Like, just by default, being the only female president.
Wow.
Do you think? Agree or disagree?
I mean, we did just talk about Obama's dick for 5 minutes.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
right.
do you agree or disagree? Because I have a
Are you
second
talking
question.
to the three of us or for the general population
Oh,
overall?
the general population can feel free to comment if they want. I know my mom is watching, but if you guys had an opinion on that, I'd be interested. Do you think that Harris
I think
immediately becomes the most fuckable president, or do
she's
you
an
think?
attractive 60-year-old.
Yeah.
She apparently likes to party.
Yeah, that's true. Apparently.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's not a prude. We know
Yeah.
that. So yeah,
Taft has syphilis, so he's out.
yeah,
Right? We know that.
yeah.
How are we judging? Are we judging because after presidency, pre-presidency? Because like
She isn't president yet.
Obama
That's
As,
fair.
as their president, not when they
Yeah,
were young
during
or
their
something,
term,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
because that's a job that ages you. Look at how
I
like
know.
Obama's bounced back beautifully,
Yes.
but like towards the end of his thing, like
He was looking rough.
done. He was
He
done.
actually
yeah.
joked about it. He said, "I haven't aged."
Yeah.
Obviously, he has. Yeah.
Right.
He de-aged right after he handed off the baton, the presidential baton.
I'm trying to think. There were some ugly fuckers in the early days.
There
that's
really
for
were.
sure.
Yeah.
Um,
They had the wooden teeth and stuff. It's not
Well, we don't know what they look like sans wig.
right. Yeah. Even if they cut a nice portrait, they've got a wig and wooden dentures. So it's
Yeah.
probably weird.
Yeah.
I would say that assuming Harris wins, if she doesn't win and Trump gets back in, then it becomes a more interesting conversation for me.
I mean, I think Kennedy was, he was up there with, I think the ladies
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously before, not post
Talking
Dallas.
about John Kennedy here,
Yeah.
of course.
Not the after. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say just for my safety, I got to go FDR.
Because it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
So you wouldn't,
Oh.
but you'd have to. So you'd be the top. But it's
the only time.
Like,
it's the
the
only
most
president you
fuckable.
can guarantee that you would be, except for the gay president. I think that was Harrison.
there was a Lincoln rumor,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
too tall.
but why?
The guy
yeah,
had Marfan
just because
syndrome.
they're
You
gay
see his
doesn't
arms
mean
and
they-
legs.
just because they're gay doesn't mean that they would definitely bottom for you. I mean, they're the fucking chief. Commander in
you're
chief
right.
is the manliest
point.
fucking.
Yeah, you're
there's
right.
two
Yeah.
manly ass terms
Good
in
point.
that title alone.
Yeah,
Right.
but FDR can't. So I think
Yeah,
that's
so
probably
FDR
your
is the only
safest
one-
bet.
Uh,
That would. I don't know if. I
so
mean,
that's what you're going for. Who you're
Yeah, my butthole is safest with. I think ultimately is if Harris isn't
Wow,
involved, it's
okay.
Harris and then I guess FDR, which is a very wide swing. But
I mean, if Stephen Hawking could fuck everything that moved, then there's still a chance
Yeah.
that didn't FDR. Isn't there a movie about how FDR had an affair?
oh yeah, damn,
Hodgson.
he was a horn dog. You're right.
So you'd have
That's
to.
a bad
Alright.
one.
In
And
fact, you'd have to
Yeah.
do more work with him than the other presidents.
you're right.
he's
And you gotta-
probably got something.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to be up like in stirrups. He'd have like a whole rigging
Oh.
system.
Oh god. And you got to be really specific when you request it. Otherwise, you got to fuck Teddy, and that can't be fun. So I said
Hey.
Roosevelt, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden,
Yeah, Teddy carried a big stick. Keep that thing away from
Exactly.
me. Am I right?
I don't
Yeah.
need a Rough Rider in my life. Okay. I didn't get a firm answer out of either of you guys. Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bill.
Uh,
Bill.
Bill?
Clinton, maybe.
Okay, he knows his way. He knows his ways around. He knows what he's doing. You know, he's a
Yeah,
smooth operator.
Reagan would probably would have been fun too in the sack, I'm guessing.
Yeah, late term
Something
Reagan, you could probably just hide
Yeah,
from
yeah,
him
yeah.
and he'd forget about
Exactly.
you.
He's got a
The
pet
next day,
monkey.
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, Biden, by the same calculation of like keeping your butthole safe, you just could wander away from him. He probably can't
What
catch
do you mean? We
you.
already had sex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we did.
Exactly. Joe, aren't you sore? Yes.
I
We're
like that
sore all over.
Neil's just bringing up pictures of presidents in their youth, and he gave a little shrug. He gave like a little. He gave a little. Not
Neil would
bad.
fuck
Not
Reagan.
bad
Okay.
shrug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta admit,
These
Reagan.
Okay.
peripherals miss nothing.
Bill, he
Bill's
looks a
just-
little puffy.
Yeah, he seems fun
He's
though.
a little puffy. He can play the sax though. He's charming.
He doesn't spring for
Yeah.
dry cleaning though. I don't love that.
Yeah.
I don't like to buy that many clothes. I'm like a 5 t-shirt kind of guy.
Yeah. He's gonna ramble a lot. I don't know if that's good or bad. He's out of your life, but
You have one blue dress and you're not ruining it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
everybody.
I mean, James K. Polk really doesn't get brought up enough. He'll look kind of a baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
You
too
got
bad.
But to your point, it's just because she's the first woman,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's it.
And well,
For the record, I'd still pick a few dudes over Hillary.
This is my point.
Hillary's more of a devil's bargain for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus with Kamala, I got corrected on how I said it. in
Oh
one
yeah,
of the
this
jokes.
sort of
Yeah, yeah.
checks
How
off
do
some
you-
boxes for you because she's technically an Asian
yeah.
woman.
She's 2 boxes.
Yeah.
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 2 boxes. Oh.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
not like a
One
total
box and
recall
two.
situation. That'd have
Although
been-
I would be more excited to vote for her if it was a total recall situation.
Hmm.
how would that be positioned?
Just like in Total Recall, you have a center boob.
We're talking about two boxes.
You have,
Oh, well,
yeah,
yeah.
you have a libertarian boob, then you got your left
Exactly.
boob, and you got your far right boob.
All sides. Exactly. You got Trump, Sanders, and your Harris boob right there in the middle.
Your Harris boob.
Oh, boy.
We said two boxes though, so that's
Yeah,
what I
true.
meant.
You said two boxes. Well, then that wouldn't be a Total Recall situation. Would be
But it's still more than one
okay.
of a
all right,
fucking
that's
thing
fair.
that it's more than the chick is supposed to have.
She's
that's-
truly bipartisan then.
I don't think we've talked about a policy that she's We've
No, not
only
once.
talked
Yeah,
about what
right.
she's
Neither
Not
is she.
once. Yeah.
a couple of things, but not
Heyo.
much. A couple of things,
Yeah.
but not much.
I told you, I've only been paying attention to the dick jokes and Rob Schneider's opinion. That's what I
Oh.
wanted. We have now gone 3 weeks in a row where Rob Schneider has been making headlines.
Yeah.
And I just wanted, it's, and not just for his political opinions, but his home life.
Yes. His family is distraught. It's a
Yeah.
broken home.
Just
Yeah.
why? When's the last time he starred in a movie?
Oh, by the way, that's an example of a guy who I've seen his stand-up. His jokes just aren't that funny. It's
Yeah.
all the delivery, and he sell out a club. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's an odd dude.
Yeah. The red pilling of Rob Schneider, as we have Rolling Stone up here, a complete
It's
timeline.
just, I'm just confused because he's been snatching headlines left and right. And I don't think he's been in anything since Grown Ups 1. His schedule wouldn't allow for Grown Ups 2.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the last thing he was his stand-up with his daughter at the end
Right.
singing because the stand-up was that
Yeah.
good.
Right. Yeah, he's at this point, he's just one of the Sandler entourage, just like the guy from Grandma's Boy that smoked the weed and pooped his pants. Like he's not like he's degraded from celebrity
yeah.
into sort of hanger on. Which I guess is fine. It's nice work if you can get it, but
That's,
he's
yeah.
this is
That's the only reason I've made friends in comedy. Like, one of you fucking
better
shoot
get
to the top. Come on.
Well, now he's doing I think, that sort of not working out for him as well as he wants. He's doing the classic heel turn to the right. If your career's not going so well.
He's saying things that certain people want to hear, and with social media now, it goes wild.
Right.
Blows up.
Yeah.
Not like he's a genius or an expert on anything. He's just saying something that somebody wants to hear, and then they spread it, they share it.
Right. There's such a market for going right. It's just you start doing that shit and you can be, I forget his name.
I know, but fucking Kevin Sorbo's doing it on Twitter. He's not grabbing headlines.
Yeah, but he's the ultimate has been. I'm sorry.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
mean to
Rob.
shock you.
I'm not shocked at the fact that Kevin Sorbo's a has-been. I'm shocked that you're saying it in comparison to Rob Schneider.
Well,
Right, yeah.
I will defend Rob Schneider here reluctantly. There is a world of difference between him and TV's Hercules. He at least had, he was on SNL. He was a star. He has multiple characters that we all could probably name beyond, Hercules, which was a joke. Kevin Sorbo, they're both has-beens, but Kevin Sorbo was almost a never was. He barely had anything to begin with. So I will defend Rob Schneider.
Different example than James Woods.
Okay, better example. It's very much like James Woods, although I don't think James Woods has done it for his career. I think James Woods is legitimately just that crazy and fucked up in the head. He does it out of love for the game.
That's a guy that used to just be known for the cock.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just the cock, but no.
Oh, you're
And then you got Hulk Hogan, who's
That's right.
tearing
Yeah.
his shirt off for the Republicans.
but Hulk Hogan,
he
he's
needs that. Yeah,
Yeah.
does he still wrestle ever?
I think so. Yeah,
I
Okay.
hope not.
I think he does. I
Why?
thought he was in a
He's
recent
old.
I
I guess he
recent,
has.
I almost called it comedy, but that's probably what it was. if
Very
he was
similar.
wrestling in it. Yeah, I think he was in a wrestling event recently.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And
well,
he can still get the
so-
shirt off. That's what
that doesn't seem
he
that
did it like
difficult.
a reveal though. He because he did, so he ripped off he I guess he was wearing his normal Hulkamania shit
Okay.
and then
a
he
Trump
had on
thing
a
underneath.
Trump
Yeah.
a MAGA shirt
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when he joined the NWO Wolfpack or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of like that. It was a reveal, a heel turn.
At the event that it would have been cool if he fucking had a Kamala shirt on underneath.
That
He
would
had
be the
Velcro
ultimate.
down the middle too. I mean, just in case he couldn't rip it. You know, he was
Right.
getting old, yeah.
He'll have to get
Is that
younger
the
people
trick?
to come and rip it
Or-
for him.
Hmm?
It's pre-ripped.
Pre-cut. Okay.
It's pre-ripped.
Right.
Uh, Yeah, Hulk is he's allowed to be Hulk. I'm not surprised. Hulk is in the Kid Rock vein of like, can you believe Hulk Hogan supports Donald Trump? Yes. Absolutely. And can you believe he threatened to body slam Kamala Harris? Yes. I do. I do believe all of that 100%.
Well, weren't we just talking about body slamming Kamala Harris a little while ago?
Wow.
Yeah, he could body slam one president.
Who would you body slam?
Well,
It would be Taft.
I'd have to have my Hulk Hogan moment and fucking body slam Taft.
It would absolutely body slamming Taft. Write that down.
It's his Andre the Giant, right?
Yeah, I guess he would be the Andre the Giant of the presidents.
Did Trump get? Because Trump did WWE stuff. Did he get bodies?
Yeah.
Did he do actual moves?
Yes,
Okay.
he did. He did. That's kind of why he won in 2016. He correctly saw that politics needed more WWE, or at least that's how people felt. I don't know if that actually we needed it, but that's how America felt, obviously. So,
do you think it's true that I've heard that he entered the race in 2016 just almost for publicity? He didn't really want to win,
just to launch his WWE career,
or The Apprentice, or whatever it was.
As a conspiracy-minded person, I do know that he had all the copyright stuff set up for Trump television. So the thought was that when he lost, he thought he was going to lose too, up until the night he won. He was going to immediately pivot and go, this was stolen from me, turn to me, the only truthful source of news out there. But then being president, he, different game at that point. So he started a much higher level of stealing.
Wow.
I mean, I guess if you're like in the television business and you can see Nielsen ratings, you're like, holy shit, people really are this fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they were covering empty podiums just because Trump was going to step up to them and Hillary Clinton was especially boring, but it was like, the most boring, normal political campaign versus just chaos.
Yeah.
And chaos won at first. Perhaps it'll win again. I don't know. We'll see if a little brief period of calm induces people to want the chaos again. Because I think in 2020, that was basically all it was like, Trump's still the best show on TV, but we're just tired of this fucking chaos. I want to turn the TV off for a little while. All right, we've had it off for a little while. I mean, Biden's shit is relatively tame, and the bad shit like Hunter and him losing his mind, they keep under wraps.
Should have done like a Star Wars thing and got, instead of JD Vance, gotten like a Baby Yoda vice president.
The MAGA-lorean.
Yeah, it's time for, you got to add a kid to the cast.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And Baby Yoda's old enough to be president.
Yeah,
technically in his 50s.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Grogu is older than. Yeah, they age differently. Not born here though, so that would be a big problem. Not a citizen.
True. I don't know if the Yoda species is that. They're supposed to be shrouded in mystery. What if Earth was where they're? No.
Well, then they'd be midgets, Dave.
I was just about to say that word, and I chose.
And you chose not to,
because there's no such thing as a real Baby Yoda.
Well, it is
saying a midget voice.
It is that is like the N-word for Yodas. So,
and you dressed him up like a mini me Trump, and that made that his running mate.
All right,
I might come out and vote for that.
I mean, I still vote on policy, but let's just say I'd go to a rally. I certainly would attend a rally, and that's dangerous.
I'd hope someone takes a shot at him every week if he had a little mini Trump. I'm not saying to do it myself.
Yeah, I get it.
Got to put that out.
Well, if he had a little Baby Yoda, the Yoda would be able to stop the bullet and force push it away.
No, we moved on to midget Trump.
Oh,
and he doesn't actually have force powers.
Okay, so he's no longer a Yoda Trump. It's just a midget Trump. Okay.
Although I would like it if he spoke backwards-ish, like Yoda,
in cryptic space language.
Our crowd's the biggest they were.
Yes, the wall we will build. Hulk Hogan, good man. Well, speaking of that, this is just a funny joke, so I'll pop it up here. But it looks like we got a comment from President Donald John Trump.
Oh,
and he's saying that Terry is a good man.
Oh yeah, Terry,
So
thank you for watching, Mr. President, Mr. Former President Trump.
So
sorry about all those jokes about the attempt on your life.
And
I mean,
Holly
look, if
did
he-
catch the MAGA-lorean, which is funny.
Thank you.
MAGA-lorean is a very
Thank
funny
you. I
line.
appreciate
Good job.
that.
I wouldn't joke about an assassination attempt if I didn't truly believe that he set it up himself. We ask our guests this. What do you think? Honest assassination attempt or publicity move?
I was skeptical. It just seemed
Okay.
a little.
It seemed a little. It's
little
a
nuts
little
to be
weird,
down
right?
To have a little nick in the least harmful part of your body,
Right.
and then for that much blood, which I'm still not sure it would bleed that much. If you tip of your ear, there's not a whole lot of.
If you could see
Right.
through it with a
Up there.
light behind it.
And it is coincidentally a classic WWE move to go down
Oh, it is.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
come
sure.
up and then all of a sudden there's
Yeah,
blood
the
in your
old
head.
blood pill.
Yeah.
Break. Yeah.
Classic move. Yeah. So yeah. But it didn't work. That also lends credence to me that it was a Trump plot because he didn't gain a single percentage point for being shot. That it's like that sounds like a Trump plan to me. It didn't work at all.
I think the
Someone
Biden
died.
dropping out thing that was the great offsetter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that's as big apparently.
Yeah.
Bullet whizzing past your head. It just I don't feel like doing this
The
shit. for 4
guy
more
quit,
years.
an old man quitting his job.
Like
Yeah.
they went up to Biden and said, "You know what, Joe? We're going to have somebody take a shot at you and shoot you in the ear." And he's like, "Well, you know what? I'm just going to quit. You know, it's better if I just get out."
Yeah.
Good strategy. Good strategy. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys, so you guys were mentioning this before. He's got the support of RFK Jr. now,
Mhm.
and all right, you guys were talking about bringing the whale thing. I've heard that there was a whale thing. I don't know what the whale thing is.
Yeah.
though.
Tell us the story, Andy.
This story was, and this came from his daughter, I believe. They were driving home from vacation or something, and they heard about a dead whale on the beach. And her dad went down with a chainsaw, I believe, and cut off the whale's head, put it on the top of their car, strapped it to their top of the car, drove like, I don't know, 4 hours or something with this whale head to their home because he wanted to do some research or experiments on it. And the best
Again,
part is
makes total sense.
she
for
says
RFK.
there's like guts falling over the side of the car as they're driving. People are driving by giving them the finger and yelling at them because they're just messing up the road and all. So he took a whale's
Don't
head.
giving him the do something with the whale head.
Yeah.
Make the blowhole go.
Oh god.
Right. And, so how crazy is that?
Yeah.
That's what his daughter said. And she said, you know, it sounds crazy, but for us, that was just another.
It was
another
normal.
fucking
There was
weekend.
bear corpses,
Yeah.
barbecued
Yeah.
dog. There's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
whale.
Man,
Again, RFK. I would not want him to be president, but holy shit!
what
the
type of whale are
TV.
we talking about? Like a blue whale?
I can't
No,
imagine that's
they
going to fit.
didn't name it. the
Yeah, I
kind that
didn't
saw,
hear
yeah.
what kind of whale it was.
But
Probably not a
There
blue.
are environmental groups, or you know, the nature groups that are now looking to go after him because it's against the law to
Chainsaw
do
off a
that.
whale's
To
head.
chainsaw off a whale's head. Yes, who'd have thought? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did he
Isn't it-
do with this? He said did he plaque it and put it on a wall or
This was all taken from an interview with his daughter,
Mhm.
and she didn't say, which feels like burying the lead a little bit. Like,
I thought
why?
she said something about he wanted to just do his own experiments on it. Or
Yeah,
something.
but that doesn't.
I don't know
That
what he
just is
did
too
with it. Like,
tantalizing.
fuck a
Like,
blowhole?
yeah, what was the experiment? Right, like Jeffrey Dahmer did experiments on people, but
Right.
we wouldn't call them like scientifically sound. I
like
want to
a,
know
like a
what.
Frankenstein where he like that's why he ditched the bear body because it wasn't compatible with the whale head. He tried to make
Right.
some fucking hybrid.
Yeah, what was kind of like genetic hybridization was he trying to do? A whale bear?
Man, bear, pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking for worms in the brain or something.
Yeah, right. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe all of this is the brain worm piloting him.
That's a great build-in excuse.
Yeah,
Roseanne wishes she fucking had the worm. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised with her behavior
Right.
that a worm was piloting her for the
Yeah.
past couple of years, and it doesn't quite have the ability to understand what humans are supposed to be doing.
I would have said Tom Arnold or whatever. He's kind of like that brain drain.
He's
that
sort
she
of a brain
fucking had,
worm. Yeah.
But is his daughter someone that's on his side? Because I know his sister came out and
I
said
don't know anything about her other than this interview, and she is hanging out with Ben Affleck in the wake of his divorce.
so she's good looking.
Yeah, I think so. And
She's a Kennedy.
I didn't see a picture.
yeah, the
But
Kennedys all pretty good.
the vibe I got from the interview was that she wasn't. She was sort of making fun of him, I thought. And
I
he
thought so
said that,
too.
that's how weird he is. There's that weird word. Yeah.
I want to get back to the Ben Affleck thing. No,
Yeah, let's do it. She's hanging out with Batman. I don't know any more than that though.
that's fair.
I'm just keeping track of Ben as it relates
Oh, is
to
this her?
J-Lo.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
pretty.
her name is Kick Kennedy.
Oh, wow.
Kick?
Oh, yeah, Kick.
Yeah,
Like-
Kick.
Like the whole spelling.
Yeah,
Okay, there's
yeah, like the way you would do it.
because last week we did wonder what race, because he's kind of going through
The races.
all
Yeah.
the yeah.
And so we went to a Kennedy,
Which
sort of
is
its
a-
own race. Yeah.
I think that's just elite white.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's its own.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
New England elite
pretty.
white.
He's moving into and he's doing like the Schwarzenegger, and now he's going to run for political office now that he's banged a Kennedy.
Is that
It's a
how
good plan.
that's
Yeah.
like their STD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got with Maria Shriver, and then he ran
The
for
case of
governor.
the Kennedys.
Well, that can mean a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't-
It's,
I don't-
it's
Yeah,
the
that's
good
true.
version of having a case of the Kennedys.
Definitely don't want. I wouldn't risk getting any case of the Kennedys. So you either you thrive in politics or get shot or both.
Or get
Yeah.
left driving off a dock.
Well, he lived.
Well,
His case of the Kennedys wasn't fatal.
she kind of got a case of the Kennedys.
She probably fucked him.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah,
forgot-
Marilyn Monroe. You know what I mean? You don't fuck a Kennedy. It's bad news. In fact, I'm worried for Ben Affleck now.
I think fucking J-Lo's probably
More dangerous.
worse than fucking a Kennedy, right?
Maybe the political dynasty that comes from J-Lo may be more fearsome and terrifying.
I don't know. Wait, okay, so I guess everyone's kind of thrived after her though, right?
Yeah.
A-Rod,
Yeah.
he's like
Sorta.
Who was the Latin dude or whatever?
Mark
Mark
Anthony.
Anthony.
Is he still?
He didn't really thrive
He
after
killed
her.
Brutus.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he got to take
a
he
place in
fucking-
history.
Cleopatra and J-Lo, not a bad fucking.
And at his age, pulling J-Lo.
Yeah,
Incredible.
but yeah, Affleck's because the first time around, at least, he went on. He discovered director Ben Affleck, who's way better than actor Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe
Okay.
politician Ben Affleck will be the best thing that's ever happened to Ben Affleck.
So let me put this out here then. What up, J-Lo?
Right, J-Lo, your man's hanging out with a Kennedy.
yeah.
I feel like I come with a lot less baggage than anyone she's been with.
You're probably a lot more positive than Ben Affleck, and I wouldn't say that you were more positive than most people.
I would go as far as to say I'm demure, but apparently that's
You cannot say that anymore.
what is that? Okay, what
Positive as far as attitude, or positive as far as not
HIV?
having?
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, riddled with STDs is what I mean.
we're not talking bank account. But, okay, yeah, let's talk about because apparently that's like a new. I feel like I've been. This is
Oh.
weird. Why are you taking a picture of me? Oh, he put the
He
hat
has
on
to
backwards.
get live stills.
I've
He
seen-
didn't announce it. He didn't announce that he was gonna. Neil didn't announce he was gonna take pictures of us because it was gonna.
All right, I'm
weird
going to
Dave
try to
out.
act natural. So what? Okay, demure. I feel it's a word I've been using to describe myself for years now.
Yeah.
But now apparently it's a trendy word.
Oh,
Correct, because
Why?
it was a viral TikTok of a trans woman. I guess I
Yeah.
thought it was just an ugly woman,
Oh.
but
yeah. No,
I was
trans woman.
informed much later after it went viral that was a trans woman. Hey, good for her. She's passing.
Barely, it sounds like.
No, I believed she was a woman. I thought she was a woman. I was like, this is a woman. She's very demure, very
Uh-huh.
mindful. And someone was like, the virality of that video allowed her to pay for her transition. And I went, good for her. When did she
Yeah.
start it? I thought she was a lady. And apparently she is a lady now, thanks to her being very demure.
Mhm.
So it's a positive story that I'm celebrating.
What was the other? There was another word she used to. Demure and something else.
Mindful, I think
Yeah,
she said.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There. So
mindful
basically,
and-
she's like talking about how she applies her makeup at work, and she's just being extremely funny about how she's framing it. She's like, these other girls, like I'm very like I go into work, I'm demure, I'm mindful, and it's just very
demure.
It's sweet,
I
you
thought
should watch
meant,
it.
like brooding-ish or whatever.
I think that's kind of why it's funny because she keeps coming back to
Oh,
the word, and it's like I don't know if you know like what
You
demure
piece of
is.
shit.
There we got that. Yeah, I don't think she knew exactly what demure
Okay.
was.
I mean, I would never put past me the chance that I've been misusing a word for years because I do it constantly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
substitute words all the time.
No,
Yeah.
I've heard you call yourself demure. You're wrong, but you've been using the word correctly at least.
Cool.
But yeah, RFK. We'll go back to him.
Sorry, Neil keeps
This is-
taking pictures of everyone.
Him.
He's waving a stuffed animal
RFK.
at us.
RFK
Yeah,
introducing.
look up demure. See what
Yeah.
the definition is.
Yeah, he endorsed Trump. That's probably the biggest news of the week. I got next to the convention, right? What do you think about that?
I never suspected him to do otherwise.
Yeah, I was
He's
going to say,
fucking-
did you? I was interested to hear what you thought about that because as someone who's a little more partisan than you, I always thought he was a Republican pretending to be a Democrat and trying to work for Trump. And it turns out that's exactly what he is. I think that's what takes the sting out of it is since the beginning, people have been like, this is fake. You're just going to go and support Trump.
Right.
So that if he had done anything but that, it would have had some effect. You know, if he had been like, I'm staying in the race, I think he would have gotten some percentage. But it's like, oh, you did that? All right. I think even a lot of people that support him are like, oh, all right. Well, I'm not going to vote for Trump. So
Hey,
fuck you.
if people were taking shots at me, I'd put a Kennedy nearby too.
Absorb the bullets. It's like the shield. I think that would increase your likelihood of getting shot. Sure, the Kennedy might catch the bullet, but they're still flying at you.
Okay, so there's two different things with demure. I didn't know this
Okay.
either. So you have DEMURE, which is reserved for modesty, shy, a demure young lady, right? Or
Modest,
fashion.
That's you
Okay.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Modest young lady.
believe I
Yes.
have modesty.
And then sometimes it's confused with DEMUR, which verb use like that's got to do with just raising doubts or objections or showing reluctancy.
Demure. Well,
It's good because I hate when
Mur.
people fucking mur me.
yeah, you've been murdered before.
Yes.
You can, doubts have
then
been
you gotta
cast
get
on you.
demerred, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, getting demerred's a problem. Yeah.
Wait, is it better to get demurred or murred?
You got to getting demerred. You need to put all your clothes in a trash bag. So
Done. I've done that.
Yeah?
I lived in my car for a month.
oh,
or two
there you go.
before.
Yeah, you're a comedian. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of a certain age. Of course, you've lived in your car.
You ever? No.
Never lived in a car.
Never been a car liver.
You always had a home. Isn't it? So it's not surprising that the two guys that lived like animals in college also lived out of their cars.
You
And
said
the
you
two
rocked
guys-
the Animal House lifestyle for a little.
But he
bit,
had the
too?
nice room. If you have a nice
did.
room, you're not going to a car. You have a nice room.
So you had the
Yeah.
Otter.
And if
Otter
I
had,
lived in a car, I'd still have house plants and prints on the windows.
Yeah.
you would
And,
decorate.
you know,
You would
I'd make
you would.
my car seat every day. You know what I mean? That's how my room was.
You would change the beads over the seat or whatever.
Yeah.
Now you get a ticket for those house plants, though. You can't have anything hanging in a car. Worth it though?
Mm.
Is it worth it for good decor?
Oh, sure, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I actually got a ticket one time for having. I had Christmas lights in my car.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
strung them up in the inside of my car and got pulled over and got a ticket for it.
Wow.
That's why we shouldn't have Jewish police officers. I've been saying this since day one.
Yeah. But that's okay. If your car was decorated nice, you could be like, step inside, officer. Let's talk. Come into my home.
Why can't I guess because you can't have lights? Well, because you can light up your rims in the fucking bottom of your car. Why
Because
can't you
it's
light
the
up?
inside cabin. I don't think you can have a light on. Your
Yeah,
dad
they were,
was
they were
right.
strung around the back window. I don't recall if they were flashing it on. If they were flashing, I could see that, but I don't think they were. It wasn't that fancy.
My dad used to tell me that keeping the overhead light on while we were driving was illegal. So maybe it's that. Maybe it really is illegal.
I figured
Maybe.
my mom told me that too, but I figured that was just the
I thought I
Jew
was-
in her. No, don't waste. I don't want to waste the battery. The lights.
And they weren't big, bright flash. I mean, it was demure, really.
Yeah.
And it was-
Yeah, absolutely. It's very mindful.
So just next time you'll decorate just your rims with Christmas lights, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never seen festive rims like
A festive room would be nice.
yeah. Most cars that are decked out like that annoy me.
Yeah. most people that deck their cars out like that don't seem to have the joy of Christmas in their heart. If I'm making broad, sweeping generalizations,
they usually have a base that's fucking shaking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They're probably Catholic. They do look like they were raised Catholic, but
they're all named Angel. Yeah, they're clearly Catholic. Or Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus and Angel.
Yeah,
That's
they
exactly
never
it.
celebrate Christmas. It
Right.
doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you had the decked out, would you be blaring like bass up all the way on the Christmas music?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening?
As Neil
It's a live
scrambles-
podcast.
As Neil scrambles for the audio.
Why do you hate our listeners?
I don't think they're not listening with headphones,
It's
are they?
mutual.
That's true.
Is it bad for your equipment?
It's bad all around.
Dave-
It goes out as an audio podcast. Anyway,
Dave
Dan,
is learning a lot about podcasting 2 years since this process.
That was my first time I've done that. I've
Yeah.
never amplified the effects before.
That's
I can't
true.
believe I have to say this to you. Do less. I can't believe I have to say
I
that.
didn't know it was possible.
Yeah,
for me.
it's incredible that has been said to you right now. But
It was a solid bit, though. You have to give me that.
I do
Yeah,
have to give you
the
that.
joke was
Yeah,
there.
that was great.
The joke
Dude,
was
dude.
there. You're a great writer, as we were saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But that was more.
Yeah.
That was more performance. That was more presence than writing.
Also, I agree with you on the all named Angel. I 100% agree.
Yes.
I think all those people with those bumper stickers are Catholic. I think you've narrowed it down.
Yeah. But right, I think one of them at least needs to have a Christmas themed lowrider, a ho 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 rider, if you will.
Boom.
I'm putting it down, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that won't be the episode title, but it's a pretty good one.
All right. What else happened this week?
I do want to one more point on the RFK thing though. People are saying that JD Vance is so unpopular that now that RFK has come in, that Trump might drop Vance and replace him with RFK as the vice president. Do you think that will happen? And do you think it will be good or bad for whatever reason?
Bad.
Bad for
Yeah.
who? Us, Trump,
Trump.
everyone.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
sure. I mean, I'm sure that Trump probably wishes he could drop JD Vance. I don't know if he would pick RFK though. I
You
think he'd
can't
pick Nikki
call
Haley
the
or
other
something.
side out for a late in the game change, and then do an even later in the game change.
Yeah, although
Yeah.
he would. That seems like exactly something Trump would do and be like, it's okay because they did it,
Yep.
you know, and it would be
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Be fun to watch the spin. But
Yeah. Right. Again, I have to like all things Trump. As I devised during the Sick Ghouls podcast, which I just did. It hasn't aired yet.
I'm
but-
not proud to say.
Yeah, I was going to say you and me have both compromised our career on somebody else's podcast this time. But I realized that if I can separate effectively Trump, the president, from Trump, the TV being, I can enjoy him a lot more. And that directly is influenced by how likely he is to be my president again. Like when he's down more than 2 points, I love him. He's the funniest motherfucker you could put on television. When he's tied or up, a fascist threat to our democracy, not as funny.
He's getting
So-
a little stale though. He's
Yes,
doing the same bits, the same line. You know,
I
needs
feel
some new material.
I agree. Although I
Yeah.
feel like I have the sense of like, you know, as comics, we love watching people we know bomb. You know, and I get that from him. It's like he's flailing,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got flop sweat, he's just doing anything he can. He's like, oh, this next crazy thing I say will win the audience back, and it doesn't. So from that perspective, I love every second of it.
You like watching people you know bomb,
Yes. Oh yeah.
like that you're friends with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why not? Why
Why?
wouldn't you?
I want strangers to bomb, and
No,
not
I
my
like-
friends. I want fucking man. We fucking
As long as if they were like really down on themselves or whatever, and I knew that this bomb was like bad for them mentally, then I wouldn't be happy about it. But like just watching them bomb, because like most of my friends are funny, so bombing for them isn't all that common. So when it happens, you bet your ass I'm loving it because I'm watching somebody get thrown off their game. When people are having a great set, that's fun to watch too, but they're less fun to watch because they're just hitting all their notes. You know,
Yeah.
if they're going off
Yeah.
script and riffing, that can be great too. But when someone's bombing, that's when you get to see like pure improvisation, pure art. You watch someone up there scrambling mentally, like obviously not having a good time. To me, that's a great time.
Guess I'm less a demure person than you. I want all my friends to do 85% as good as I do.
Oh yeah, you're competitive. You want to do the best. Yeah,
You want them to do well, just not better
Yeah,
than you.
as
Yeah.
well.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Makes sense.
I get that.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, is RFK less weird than Vance? I mean, they both have
That's
an equal
true.
share of weirdness, and
He's got groupies. I don't think
Yeah.
Vance has any groupies.
Yeah.
no, it's true.
I think at least RFK
Although-
is crazy in the way that it's like he's crazy, but he has sex. Whereas JD Vance seems like kind of a loser nerd. And I think that's probably the predominant. Like Trump is also weird, right? And he's a sexual predator and he's a creep, but he gets away with it because he has so much bravado. Whereas Vance is like
Yeah.
a little simpering and like weaselly and wormy. And I think that
Oof.
allows him
Yeah.
not to get away with his crimes.
He's wormier than RFK.
He's yeah.
RFK's half worm.
Yeah, he's got worms in his brain. Yeah.
RFK has worms. JD Vance is a worm. That's the difference.
So they could combine their powers.
Yeah, absolutely. If JD Vance crawled into RFK, they'd be unstoppable.
I know, with your worms and my worminess.
Yes. Now it's
ultimate
time for the
worm
worm
takeover.
people to take over. 4 years from now. Run on a double worm campaign.
I mean, Beetlejuice is out, dude. You see those two out in the sand fields.
Oh
Just see
yeah,
those two
yeah,
guys.
sort of a Beetlejuice
Mhm.
Beetlejuice situation. I like it.
Oh man, what if this whole thing has just been a setup? Just one big advertisement.
At some point in American history, we will get there. We will get there where one party is just running a sponsored campaign. Like this campaign
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
to you
yeah.
by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the first company? We got 10 seconds. Who's the first company to do that?
Ooh,
What's it
X.
called?
BP oil.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh.
that's a good one.
Sony.
Okay, that's a good one.
I was in a Doritos mood myself.
All right.
Okay.
Sort of a cool ranch
Yeah,
campaign.
cool. Yeah, that's
All right.
All right, it's news time.
All right, let's go. Joking each other off. My God, what a
Yeah.
random joke off that was.
Oh man.
Some joke off hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, guys. This is the news section of the show, as you all know, because you're avid watchers. Thank you. Dave and I have written 12 jokes about this week's news. What you didn't know is that our guest this week, Andy Nolan, has also written 12 jokes about the news. However, Dave and I have a special competition, Andy, and that is the joke off, which Neil accidentally pressed the button to announce. Neil,
I'm gonna hit it again.
yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Joking each other off. That noise, when appropriate, signals a joke off. The joke off is when Dave and I write a news story on the same topic. If that happens, it becomes a competition between he and I, not you. You, in
Well, you
fact,
could do but we always just vote for the guest.
yeah, we always vote. If you have a joke off with any of us, yeah, you automatically win. If Dave and I have a joke off against each other, you will be the judge on your favorite of the two jokes,
Gotcha.
and then we just get a point.
Okay.
And that's the way it works. Dave, would you like to kick us off here?
Certainly. All right. Cowboys training camp hotel catches fire amid preseason of chaos. In response to this, hoteliers from Los Angeles, home of Super Bowl 59, have come out and stated, we're not worried.
Yeah. I like how he said kick this off, and you immediately had a Cowboys thing as well. I'm the master of segues right now. Okay.
I know, planned and everything.
Robert Kennedy Jr. drops out of presidential race and endorses Donald Trump. In joining the GOP, Kennedy says he's looking forward to being part of a bigger mess than that time he used a chainsaw on a whale.
Boy, I'm glad you
Okay.
guys filled me
Yeah,
in on
right.
that.
Yeah, that would have.
You would have not,
really
yeah, you
cool.
would have not known.
All right, me.
Yeah.
The World Health Organization declares monkeypox a global health emergency. The test to determine if you have monkeypox is by taking your stool sample and throwing it at your doctor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love it. All right. Interstate shut down as Tesla semi-battery fire rages at 1,000 degrees, spews toxic fumes. No one is angrier about this than Elon Musk, who said, hey, if you want to spew that toxic crap around using one of my products, you're going to need to pay the $8 a month fee.
Kamala Harris wants Trump's mic to stay unmuted the whole time in upcoming debate, continuing the tradition of black presidential candidates openly committing to a big mic.
Okay.
If you remember, Michelle Obama
yeah,
is known as Big Mike around some circles. I know you know this.
I always defended her.
New Jersey considers ban on gas-powered leaf blowers. Homeowners would be required by law to use rakes to remove leaves, and offenders would have to notify neighbors that they have violated statutory rake laws.
Okay. Disneyland to remove stereotypes of indigenous people from Peter Pan ride, which is fitting, as the removal of indigenous people is often the end result of any story that involves people arriving on a big ship.
During interview, Lindsey Graham says the feeling of joy doesn't exist in the real world. Though he said that. He said that. Yeah. During interview, Lindsey Graham says the feeling of joy doesn't exist in the real world. Though reports say the senator changed his mind a half an hour later when he finally found his Richard Nixon butt plug.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, joy is back, honey.
Walmart recalls apple juice with elevated arsenic levels. Donald Trump immediately tries to order 20 million bottles to sell to immigrants.
All right. Florida's official tourism website quietly scrubs LGBTQ travel page. Although, to be fair, gays weren't feeling very welcome with the previous travel page that just said anywhere the fuck but here.
Donald Trump calls Pennsylvania's Josh Shapiro a, quote, highly overrated Jewish governor, end quote. Yeah. And critics reluctantly agree. Shapiro may be overrated, as the worldwide Jewish leaderboards currently have him down by about 35,000 Palestinians.
Oh, man.
Attendee dies at Burning Man festival. According to the fine print on the ticket stub, the body must be cremated. Burning Man?
Yeah. Took me a second, but that's what...
Okay. Texas quietly issued a policy to stop trans people from updating their driver's license. Although it could be argued that Caitlyn Jenner showed the world that people really need to be made aware if there's a new woman driver on the road.
Anthony Fauci is recovering after hospitalization for West Nile virus. As the infamous doctor finally decides, since we didn't trust him during the last pandemic, he's working for the virus during this one.
At the Democratic National Convention, Kamala Harris declares that she is running a campaign of joy. At an interview afterward, when asked how she will improve the economy, she said joy. When asked how she will secure the border, she said joy. When asked what her favorite dishwashing liquid was, she said Dawn.
All right. I don't know if I got the wording down on this one, but I like the visual.
Okay.
Meth concealed in fake watermelon packaging seized at U.S.-Mexico border. And unfortunately, this watermelon comes with very similar problems to regular watermelon, except that this one, after every bite, you're spitting out some teeth.
That's good. I wanted to write something for that story, but I couldn't think of anything. I'm glad you did. North Texas UPS driver crashes after passing out in the heat. The director of UPS in Texas, Morton Joe, promises to send future caravans across the desert with captive road warriors to act as emergency blood bags.
Sweet.
Quentin Tarantino says Alec Baldwin was 10% responsible for the tragic Rush shooting, and he was 90% responsible for the tragic movie Boss Baby.
I still say that baby dies at the end.
That's a movie where the baby should die.
It did die.
Boss Baby did not die.
Boss Baby fucking died.
Okay.
Watch it again. Watch
All
it again.
right.
that fucking that was
Tower 7, dude. You gotta watch it.
I'm
He's
gonna
like-
watch. Yeah, this sounds like
it's
a
a
YouTube
conspiracy,
conspiracy.
yeah.
We're gonna put a pin in this. I'm gonna go home and watch Boss Baby this week, and
the
we'll
way
talk
they
about
like
it
took
next
all
week.
the pictures down. Like it was, and then like they went back to his big office that was filled with clouds. That was fucking heaven. That fucking baby
All
died.
right, I'll
Gold
watch
toilet.
it again.
Had a gold toilet.
Yes.
You know he's dead.
I'll have to watch it critically.
All right,
this
here's
time.
a dumb one. Atlanta hospital is accused of losing part of patient's skull following brain surgery. And whoever finds that skull piece will be faced with the decision whether to be or not to be returning it.
Microplastics are infiltrating brain tissue, studies show. The bad news, we're getting cancer. The good news, we're getting a kung fu grip.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Telegram app CEO arrested in France for child exploitation and drug trafficking. He was found complicit for not stopping certain posts. Following the decision, Carl Chantry from Philadelphia sued his neighbor for not stopping Chantry's underage son from stealing the neighbor's beer and fingering his daughter. You spell fingering with 2 R's or 1 R? Does anybody know?
I'm going to go one.
I think it depends on how many fingers.
Nice.
Thanks.
All right. I hate this one. Texas school district adopts policy that teachers must use pronouns consistent with students' biological sex. Teachers are also being asked to tell students, and we won't be using any of those gender-neutral pronouns, and none of y'all better complain about it.
That's very good.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson's ashes were made into jewelry for his and Nicole's 4 children. Yeah. And there was just enough of O.J. to go around after Ron Goldman got his court-ordered handfuls.
Babe Ruth's called shot jersey. You know what the cold shot when he
Yep,
pointed?
I'm joking you off.
Oh, okay. Babe Ruth's cold shot jersey sold at auction for $24 million. This is significantly more than what is expected. The expected sales price for the Thomas Matthew Crooks cold shot camouflage vest.
And roll that joke off, knowing each other.
Next one to go.
Wow.
Perfect. Babe Ruth jersey for called shot fame sells for $24 million, which unfortunately was made less impressive as beforehand the seller pointed to the sky and said it's going to go for 30 mil.
Those were both really good. I'm glad I don't have to be the judge. You win, Andy. All right. Harley Davidson is dropping DEI initiatives after right-wing pressure, with the company promising conservatives that Harley will get back to its traditional roots, helping Hell's Angels drive in threatening circles around Black families. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Harley remembers.
All right, it's me. World's oldest person dies at age 117. It was especially unfortunate because she was well ahead in points in the mixed martial arts match she was fighting in.
All right. Foo Fighters did not give Trump campaign permission to use their song at rally, spokesperson says. Dave Grohl is willing to fight Trump on this, meaning we finally have a clue on what this so-called foo is.
Bald eagle once thought to be injured, now deemed, quote, too fat to fly.
Nice.
It is thought that being fat, bald, and lame, the eagle will find comfort doing open mic stand-up comedy.
I thought you were going to say this podcast.
So, you know, it's a dice roll. What of our careers I'm going to make fun of?
Woman struck by boat propeller at New Jersey shore dies of injuries. Relatives said that her ashes will be spread where her body was found, in Wildwood, Stone Harbor, Avalon, Sea Isle, Ocean City, and Margate.
Okay. J.D. Vance vows Trump would not impose federal abortion ban veto if it comes across desk. Ugh. His reasoning: if we make all these women have babies, then we'll be overrun by stray cats.
Mariah Carey confirms her mother and sister died on the same day. And this is a terrible story. You know, there's nothing really funny about it. But if there is a silver lining to the story, it is at least we know what she wants for Christmas.
Use.
Yeah, it's you.
Use.
Use. I need use.
Both the use.
All right. New Jersey woman accused of climbing over zoo fence is charged after close call with tiger. Officials said this was the most irresponsible act involving a tiger since Tiger Woods' mistress let him drive home from the nightclub. By the way, J.D. Vance referred to the woman as a childish cat lady.
All right, last one for me. I hope you guys like jokes from the 50s.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Rabbi and wife sue U.S. airline, claim they were kicked off flight because of their faith. They were making some pretty outrageous demands, though, but in their defense, in most anecdotes, they've heard the rabbi gets the parachute.
I like that. That's nice. My last one. Missouri parents charged after infant fed goat milk, sausages, and Mountain Dew. Yeah, but experts say if you know of a better way to raise an Olympic snowboarder, they'd like to hear it.
Very good. All right. Hurricane Hone hits Hawaii with strong wind and heavy rain. When asked about it, the hurricane said, "Me so wet, me so Hone."
Oh man, we got to come on for
That was
meal.
my favorite.
I liked it. Well, that's the news. That was great.
Yeah.
You got an extra
Good
dozen of great jokes for the audience this week. I'm happy.
Yeah.
About a dozen great jokes to the no.
Yeah, about 1 dozen
Yeah.
coming right from there.
Right.
But we did it.
It's
We
a pretty
made it
good
through.
batting average, actually.
Yeah, right.
333 is a pretty good batting average.
Right. By
yeah.
baseball, we're above
Yeah.
the Mendoza line
Right.
as a podcast here, so that's good. You know that one? It's 300.
I don't know what baseball.
it was
Yeah, I was
200.
gonna say you're not really a baseball guy.
I think the Mendoza line's 200, actually.
Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I misspoke. It's 200. Yeah, we're doing better than that.
80% failure, right? That's not a sport.
Yeah, that's like
That's-
yeah. That's where you have to be over to be a baseball player, basically.
Right.
But anyway,
Andy, what do you got coming up in the near future?
I got a show on the 21st, I believe. It's a Friday night at a place called the Royal in Glenside. Cool little venue. Doesn't do a lot of music stuff there, but it's a great little
Sweet.
venue. And then the weekend after that, I have a show in Millville, New Jersey, at a winery whose name I can't think of right now.
Neil, you know the name of this winery?
Yeah, my dad's from Millville, so but no, Millville's great for a little comedy. They got some stuff going on. You'll have fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Sweet.
It's a good
Dan,
time. What do you got
yeah.
going on?
Oh,
Cheers,
well,
cheers.
since we won't be here next week, I'll just push that. Saturday, the September 14th, I'll be at the Delgo Axe House, which I'm looking forward to. Like,
Is that an axe
Axe
throwing?
throwing?
it
place?
is. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done. I've done a room before. I was. Oh, what the fuck am I going to do in a night? But there's little back. There's back rooms where you can not have weapons being
Okay.
launched at you,
Yeah.
and they're fun. So it's me, Eddie Gallagher, and Steve Bickle.
Okay, that's a
Okay.
cricket
Yeah.
show right there. That's gonna be when for the audience?
September 14th.
Okay.
Actually, we'll be back before
Okay.
that.
We'll be
But
back, so
I'll
you'll
not
be
be
able to
back
plug
next
that.
week. Oh yeah, follow me on Dave Prim Comedy on with all the fixins.
Yeah, sure. And buy our merch as well
Yeah,
while we're
that's
doing the
right.
transition between me and you. We sell merch. It's good stuff. You'll like it.
You
Buy
like
it,
our
go to our-
silhouettes?
Go to our silhouettes are there. We have a lovely Asian model modeling those, so it's great. What am I doing? Nothing. I'm the reason that we're not having a show next week. Me and my girlfriend are going on a vacation to Santa Fe, New Mexico. So
Cool.
Nice.
why? Because the tickets were cheap. So it'll be fun. It'll be a
Heard
nice.
it's beautiful. Never been, but
Yeah,
it's
no, I've
nice,
never been
yeah.
either, but I hear it's really nice. We're going to a spa out there, and there's like a art museum that we're going to go see that we're super excited about. So it's fun and it'll be a good time. But I will be coming back on Tuesday. Won't be back in time for the podcast. I'll be flying back Tuesday night.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about
Yeah.
it either. You'll get to play some video games, see a movie,
That's right. I
do
got that-
something.
I got a fucking open world Star Wars to fucks with.
Oh hell
But
yeah!
anyway, we will be back the 11th, which is not a Tuesday. We decided we don't want to compete with the debate.
Oh, that's right.
And
This
we
is
didn't want to
yeah.
come into the city that it's happening in because it would be a pain in the ass.
right.
Oh, that's right.
So
Wow.
we will come back. It will be on a Wednesday. We will.
It will be September 11th, but we're not doing a September 11th themed episode. It just happens to be the day it falls on.
Yeah.
I did tell our guest that she did seem resistant, so it might be a September 11th themed episode.
Look at the facts. Did we change our date for the first time in 2 years of doing this podcast
just to make it
to be on September 11th? Technically, yes. That's not why we did it, but we did it because Harris and Trump will both be just miles away from the studio that Tuesday, and we don't want to be anywhere near that shit show. So, but yeah, we will be there on the Wednesday, for a 9/11 extravaganza.
Right. There'll be Secret Service, and we all look like persons of interest.
100%. It's Thomas, Michael, and Crooks right here. So, so look for us then. We'll promote it all online. You'll see it on our stuff. Follow me at Danny D'Aprile on Instagram. The Weekday Comics Pod would be our page. And take it away, Neil. What do you have going on?
We're going in for the ending.
No. We're always going to plug you, baby.
No,
I would have
forgotten. That's fair. Yeah, you would have forgotten, and I appreciate you for that. But yeah, well, when you're over there at drop10.com, check out the merch. Just have it pulled up for the people in there. You can check out that for them, and you can go over and check out their podcast page to get to everything. And don't forget to like and review these guys. They get more reviews on iTunes and everything
Apple,
like that.
Go and give us 5 stars.
Yes.
Cool. I don't have an account myself.
Yeah,
but I bet you do. You guys are caught up on your technology. I don't even know how microphones work.
I've yet to rate us 5 stars, though.
Oh, jeez. You got to rate us, buddy. You got to do it.
I haven't even rated it. That's how bad it is. That's how bad the appeal needs to go out. I haven't rated us 5 stars.
And I believe you can see both of these guys coming up very soon on some of our shows that we have coming up. So you can check us out in Fishtown, in Queen Village, at Rosie's Taco Bar East, and also at Wissahickon Brewing coming up. So come check out all those shows. Just go to drop10.com and get your ticket information there. Thanks, guys. This was a good episode.
This was fun. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Andy. This was awesome. We'll have to have you
fun.
back sometime. This was a lot of fun. Dave, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're fucking deferring to me again?
No.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye, y'all.
Demerit.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
Hey, how you doing? This is Neil Wood, one of the co-owners of Drop 10 Media Network and who helps run Biggest Little Comedy. You can check out all the other stuff we do at drop10.com. We've got podcasts, live comedy shows, and so much more. Go over there, support your favorite podcasts, follow them, subscribe. We appreciate it. Again, we're 100% DIY, just a bunch of creatives trying to make it in this, and give us some feedback. We always enjoy a little feedback. Thanks.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.